Okay, so let us have the derivative of a constant times a function. So for the derivative of a constant, c times the function f of x. So you have to set aside the constant and then find the derivative of the function. So note that yung ating previous formula, derivative, so ang ating notation for derivative is d over dx. Ibig sabihin, with respect to x. So, ang ide-derive nyo ay yung mga x variables. So, yung derivative daw ng x raised to n, so single variable x raised to n is n, ibababa mo lang yung n, exponent n, times the single variable x raised to n minus 1. So, ganun lang yung ating process. So, kapag ka nagkaroon ng constant times yung ganitong form, x raised to n, so, ito yung ating susundin. So, set aside mo si constant and then you have to follow the formula. So, meron din tayong another method na ide-diretso na natin. So, di ba, since yung n, ibababa natin, so, pwede mong i-shortcut na i-multiply na agad doon kay constant. So, let us have the example 1. So, ang gawin muna natin ay itong nasa ganitong form. So, i-set aside mo si constant. So, we have y prime. So, that is the notation for the derivative. So, times the constant. So, set aside the constant times derivative ng x raised to 8. So, ang ide-derive natin is yung x raised to 8. So, susundin nyo lang yung formula. So, di ba, ang n ay yung 8. So, we have 8x raised to n minus 1. So, we have raised to 7. Ibig sabihin, itong nakuha natin, ito yung derivative ng f of x. So, imo-multiply mo lang dito, 8x raised to 7. Or, we have y prime equal to, multiply mo lang si constant, 40x raised to 7. So, yung katulad ng sinasabi ko kanina, pwede nating idiretso since yung n bababa and then nakamultiply yung constant. So, di ba? Itong derivative ng f of x, yung x raised to n. So, ito lang ay yung mare-replace dito. So, mamumultiply lang si constant dun sa n. So, pwede mo namang idiretso na. So, di ba yung 8, ibababa natin. Or, mamumultiply dun sa constant 5, kaya naging 40. And then, always copy the base x raised to n minus 1. Ayan. So, mas mabilis. So, let us have another example. So, number 2. So, ang gawin natin yung shortcut na agad. Kaysa mag-set aside pa tayo ng constant. So, we have y prime, that is the notation for the derivative. And then, negative 5. Kung nahirapan kayo kapag ka may fraction, so, pwede nyong i-step by step. Times, baba si constant, 2 over 5. And then, copy yung base x raised to n minus 1. Ang technique natin dun sa previous, kapag ka fraction, di ba, ang gagawin natin, yung denominator, isusubtract na lang natin sa numerator. So, magiging 2 over 5 minus 5. And then, copy the denominator. So, 2 minus 5 is negative 3. And then, copy the denominator. Ayan. So, i-cancel out lang natin. Kasi itong 5, ito yung whole number. So, ibig sabihin, yan ay over 1. So, yung common sa both numerator and denominator, i-cancel out. So, y prime is equal to negative 2. And then, kapag ang ating exponent ay negative, to make it positive, para maging formal yung ating final answer, ibaba natin. Pero pwede rin naman kayong i-copy nyo na lang na negative 2x raised to negative 3 over 5. So, tama din naman yun. So, gawin lang natin positive. So, pag pinositive, so, mag-iiba ang orientation. So, bababa. Ayan. Okay, next. So, let us have the third example. So, ganun din. So, the notation for the derivative f prime of x. So, yung negative 9, di ba? Isa-set aside natin sa negative 9. And then, derivative ng x raised to negative 4. So, ito yung susundin natin. Since bababa naman yung negative 4, diretso na agad natin na mamumultiply sa negative 9. So, we have negative is positive. So, 36x x raised to n minus 1. So, negative 4 minus 1 is negative 5. So, 36x raised to negative 5. So, that is the value of the derivative. And then, for the last example, so, ganun uli. So, lahat ng ating notation is may prime. Kasi yun yung notation for the derivative. Pwede rin kayong gumamit ng ganito, d over dx, d over dy. So, kung ano yung variable sa ilalim, ibig sabihin, doon nagre-respect yung ating derivative. So, f prime of r is equal to 4 over 3 times, so set aside si constant, and 4 over 3 pi, so pi is also a constant, sorry. And then, ang ating ide-derive lang is yung r cube. So, we have times derivative ng r cube. Ito uli ang ating susundin. So, ito ay nasa form na x raised to n. So, single variable pa din naman. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na ito ay x, laging x variable. Kasi ito, ang function niya ay r, f of r. So, we have derivative ng r raised to 3. So, itong sundin, 3r raised to 2. And then, cancel out yung common sa both numerator and denominator. So, f prime of r is equal to 4 pi r squared.